Hi, this is Mark, and I'm in the yoga room at my gym. Just finished a practice, and I am getting to do the reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. Still carrying around my tattered Golden Present book. It's been a journey of reading for a 365-day commitment. I'm like at about 360 or getting really close to the completion of this project. And this is the reading for December 15th. And the topic is, if you meditate regularly, you will have no complaints in life. Meditation is very important if you want to practice any kind of yoga. You cannot become a good karma yogi without proper meditation, nor a good bhakti yogi. Meditation is the sustaining force. And don't say, "Oh, if I come to meditation, I can't fulfill my other obligations." Or, "I have to stay up late, so I can't get up that early." These are all just excuses. They come out of the minds that do not know the importance of it. Meditation takes care of your body and mind and activities. So I would say that everybody should make a point of meditating. We need the mind. It is with the mind that we do everything. The mind is our key. If that key is not kept in good shape, how are you going to perform your duties? The one and only way to keep the mind in good shape, to keep the mind clean and sharp, is by meditation. So make all the effort that's necessary to be regular in meditation. If you meditate regularly, you will have no complaints in life. All of your problems will solve themselves if you were regular in your meditation. Through meditation, the mind gets the capacity to solve problems and rise above difficulties. The people who complain, "Oh, I am this, I am that, I don't get this, I don't get that, I feel this way, I feel that way," physically, mentally, who have constant complications, would find that it all could be easily burnt out by regular meditation. So please make no excuses for missing that. Wow, that's a nice strong promotion for meditation at just the right time as we're nearing in the end of the year, thinking about what you can add to the new year, what you can take away from your life in the new year. Make space. And I love this idea that meditation, really, he says here, this is the one and only way to keep the mind in good shape. So keep the mind clean, sharp, and use meditation. And, I will also offer that, before I started a formal practice of meditation, painting was a form of meditation. Dance was a form of meditation because I was focusing all of my attention onto that single effort. Now, if I was painting and listening to music or talking on the phone or painting and not, somehow distracting myself rather than being with the painting, then I wouldn't consider that a meditative practice. And same thing, there was many years while I was dancing, while I had voices in my head that were saying, "You're not good enough, you're going to mess up, you're going to goof up this section." So there was some entanglement with other parts of myself that weren't resolved. And it wasn't until really my last year of dancing that I recall having that laser pointed focus with the dance, and I became the dance. It was a very profound experience to get to have that. And what was wild was that it was also during a period while I was dealing with some injury. But somehow, maybe because of the injury, I don't know what all it was. But I consider those periods when the mind is super focused on some other activity that begins also this practice. Having a sitting practice, a very formal practice of meditation, I do feel has strengthened my relationship to what that mindful practice is about, and how to integrate that and how to let other parts of life sort of iron themselves out during that practice. Not that I'm consciously putting all of my thoughts into the meditative practice. In fact, it's mostly about removing all of those thoughts and just focusing in my practice, I focus on a mantra. and just maintaining that practice. But it does seem to happen that in that space, things seem to find their way. And when maybe I'll have little moments within the meditation and then moments after the meditation where there's some clarity. And it's because we're quieting our mind, we're not pulled by all the different things that can distract us. And, we have a pretty electric brain that can manage a lot of things, but when we can have it focus towards what I have someone who called this space more of a mindless state, that's Sujata. It was more of that mindless state where you're not filling it. It's not full of all these things that we tend to fill it with, but we're actually clearing it. Letting the mind have less things inside of it than more, and recognizing that it's within there that we start to touch that true inner peace, and we access other parts of ourself, more of the subtle, powerful parts of ourself that we otherwise aren't even aware exist. And it's a long journey. You begin this practice, and it's like any muscle that you're developing. It takes time for the strength of the practice to reveal itself, but even in the first go at it, you're going to experience something. Just like if you do your first go at the gym, you might notice, oh, I'm sore, or oh, wow, I feel like I'm stronger already. There's just that's pumping adrenaline, something happens in that physical way. Same thing with meditation. The mind receives that deeper amount of oxygen. You're feeling more refreshed. So that's super beneficial. I like here too that he says, if you meditate regularly, you will have no complaints in life. I'm like, wow. That's worth it right there. Is that really true? Is it worth giving it a try? Here's somebody who's a master. So, and this is not only his words, but these are words that really have been passed down for thousands of years, that these practices, any practice of yoga, like you said, whether it's karma yoga, selfless service, or the yoga of discipline, bhakti yoga, devotional yoga, that any of it has its roots in this place of quiet, introspective meditation. And when we can develop that, there's a humility that comes in. There's a place of gratitude and recognition of this incarnation of this life in this body, whatever form we have, to learn how to build acceptance and understanding. And then when we can have that for ourselves, it tends to allow us to have that in the outside world too, the things we start to see around us. We have less need to judge, complain, and point the finger, and more need to want to understand, why is that part of this web of life? What could be important or valuable about this moment? And taking that in, and then that process helps to activate us in a way that might bring about more clear, pure actions in the world, rather than when we don't have that period to really investigate why are these things happening. They may actually come out from wounds, from a place of feeling that we're lacking, a place where we're feeling sadness or hurt. That might be what we put out in the world, and then that just perpetuates that whole cycle. Just saw I've gone over I've always tried to stay now. My latest has been 8 minutes, and I've gone over, so I'm going to finish it there. But thank you so much for watching and being part of this whole project. As much as you have or haven't, just grateful if you're catching this. Okay.